Hey there, welcome. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoy this tutorial, please give me a big thumbs up. It'll help my channel grow and also share with friends and family. And if this is your first time here, I hope you consider subscribing. And also click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So for today, we're going to do a two-tier tray from start to beginning, including all the decor that goes into the tray. So the first one we're going to use are these wooden branch pieces that you can purchase at Dollar Tree. They would come in a bag. My Dollar Tree still has them. I'm not sure if all Dollar Trees do, but you just go ahead and use something to make a circle if you don't feel comfortable doing it on your own. Like I used just around knitting. I guess those were knitting trays. And then once you're done with that and you decide how big you want it, just go ahead and hot glue the little pieces of branch together. I know a lot of people like making the tier trays, but I've also gotten comments where they say, I don't know what to put in them. I don't know how to decorate them. I don't know if it's too much. Well, I don't think there's such thing as too much on a tray. I usually put a lot of my knickknacks, my favorite things, or extra ornaments for different decors that I have, or different themes that I'm putting out. But basically, just put what you like on it. You know, that's the way I see it. It's your home. You know, it's your tray, so you go ahead and you add as much as you like. But I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys see from start to beginning, just to give you an idea of how I do my trays. And I usually add some of my favorite decor on it, but if I don't have any, I just make them. So this is all I'm doing is with some raffia, making a bow to add onto my branch wreath, just like so. Now you're done. That's one decor. And if you want to use it for another project or some other holiday like I wanted to, I'm going to add something to hang it with, and basically I'm just going to add a piece of jute twine to the back, and I'm going to use it on my country theme Christmas tree. And that's a great way to have decor on a budget. You know, try to use things for multiple holidays, not just one. Now this was an old skirt, and all I did was cut a piece of the skirt into a circle. And then an old pillow that I just keep the filling for different pillows and covers and stuff like that. Just got a little bit, put it inside my circle. And now all I'm going to do is kind of pinch and grab until I make the pumpkin. And this is a shabby chic velvet pumpkin. So now with the piece of branch or the wiring that I took from the cotton stem, go ahead and insert it into your pumpkin. Grab some jute twine or whatever kind of ribbon, if you want to put ribbon on here, and just grab it. Make sure you got all the corners and everything on top, and then start twisting your jute twine around your stem and the top of your pumpkin. And then once you're almost done, go ahead and add some glue and then continue twisting. And even you wouldn't have to make all your decor for your trays if you wouldn't want to. You just have to walk around your home and see what you have, and you know, grab bits and pieces of different decor and put it all together. So there you go. And since it was a piece of wiring that I use, I can bend the top of my stem. So there's two of them. And Dollar Tree is a great place to go and buy little knickknacks and different themes of holidays for your trays. Now these are the cats, wooden cats that are come, I think it's 6 in a pack. What I'm going to do, you can leave it as is if you wanted just the wooden color. I'm painting it black to have a black cat. And this is going to be another decor for my tray. Just like that. Now, of course, you can add an eye or anything to that cat if you choose to. Now, this is just a pine cone. And of course, you can leave it as is, but I'm going to add some gold metallic paint. Just brush it on, kind of dry brush it onto my pine cone. Now, I do this a lot, not just with the small ones, but I have a lot of big ones. I like the cinnamon smell in my home, so I just tend to keep them after the smell goes away. So now I'm just going to grab a little bit of raffia and one of the dowel sticks that you can buy at Dollar Tree. They come in a few in a pack. I believe it's 8 in a pack. Or if you don't have the dowel, you can just go outside and get a branch, a little stick, that's a little thick and the length that you like. Go ahead and get your raffia and just twist it as I am. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of eyeball, enough to where you like it. Go ahead and grab again a piece of raffia. A jute twine. Open up where you twisted it and folded it together. Insert your dowel or stick and fold it around until it's down to the bottom. Any leftover raffia on top, just go ahead and twist it or cut it off. I just twist it. It secures it more, so I just go ahead and twist it. Now get your jute twine and start twisting it around your stick or dowel and the raffia as well, adding glue as you go. And now this part, you can make it as thick or as thin as you like, just depending on your taste. You can even tie it in a knot and add a bow if you'd like. And there's your broomstick, your witch's broomstick. Now just trim off the bottom, kind of play with it and rough it up. And there you go. Now you can paint the top brown, black, whatever color. I'm just leaving it as is. Now you're going to need one of these golf balls, plastic toy ones, or you can use any kind of, even if you have like one of the rubber balls or anything round, even an old Christmas ornament if you have one of those. Now one of the cotton stems, go ahead and pull off the little cotton balls or buds, I guess you could say, because they're flowers. And now we're just going to hot glue them onto whatever round object. If you have a foam one, whatever you're using round, to add them onto there. And we're going to make a cotton ball ornament. And just continue gluing all your cotton buds together and add as many as you think you'd like. Mine's a little flat on one side, so I did end up adding 2 more. So I used 1.5 of the cotton stems to make the cotton ball. And here are some of the decors that we just made. Right here you have 6 different decors that you can add with your candles or whatever else you're going to decide to add onto your trays. Now here's some beads. The green beads come in a pack, like 4 or 5 different colors from Dollar Tree, or you can use these acorns that are also at your Dollar Tree right now. Or you can go outside if you're lucky enough to live somewhere where you can find acorns outside. Go ahead and just go outside and grab a little bag and get you some acorns. Now get your jute twine and just twist them around or the top of your acorns. And you can make this as long as you like or as short as you like. Since it's for a tier tray, I tend to do 4 or 6 when I do these little garlands for my trays. Whatever I'll be hanging on them, I just tend to stay with that, within that number, depending on how large the item is that I'm putting on my garland. And this is great because every year you can change it around. I know a lot of the crafters, including myself, I tend to want to change my themes or what have you every holiday, every year. So, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it would add up if I was to go and purchase all these items and then, you know, have to change the next year, or because I wanted to change it. So this is a very cost-friendly, budget-friendly way of making your trays as well. Now, these are the wooden witch hats that are also at Dollar Tree right now. And basically you can use as many as you like, or the colors you like. I'm just going to add two, which is the black one and the natural wood color one, and I'm not going to do anything to them. I have some jute twine, a couple of leaves, and one of these tassels that I already made. And then I have some old pots that I had already painted, the clay pots from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to use one of those. And here's everything that we made right now, including some pumpkins and just some other little knickknacks that I had around. Like, for instance, some of that jute twine, raffia, and some burlap, an extra cotton ball, some lamps, some extra wood chips, just all kinds of things that you find or extras that you have. Here's another small little clay pot that I have, and it's old and rusted and dirty, but that's fine because it's Halloween, so I'm going to leave it as is. Now there's another pumpkin that I painted gray. Here's one of these jars, glass jars, and then an owl. So we're just going to go ahead and grab all our stuff, and there's some of that, I guess it's like filler for your plants, and we got that at Dollar Tree as well. And I don't know if you guys saw the DIY tutorial of these trays, but if you don't, I'll go ahead and link it down below for you to review it after this tutorial. But I like to not glue both of them together. That way I can use them as cake stands, or like this, just pile them and stack them up together. Now you just go ahead and start playing with all the items that you want to add onto your trays. And don't be scared. Like I said, just go ahead and add as much. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. I always tell people, don't think too much about it. You know, if you like it and you want to display it, go ahead and put it on a tray. So you can just play around with all the items you have until you like where they're at, and then you just go ahead and start working around the main items that you like where you placed them. So I tend to try to put one or two things on each tray that I know I don't want to move anymore, and then I go from there. So I know I didn't want to move, like for instance, this flower pot. Maybe add a pumpkin on top, and the pumpkin on the bottom. I know there's people that say, or some designers that say you should add 3 or 2. I tend to do 2 or 3 of the same theme, I guess you could say, like saying pumpkins, 2 cotton balls, or, you know, something with cotton in it. But there really, like I said, there really isn't any strict rules to this. But I know some people don't feel comfortable or are too intimidated to make these trays. So just go ahead and start adding. Like here, for instance, is our wreath. I wasn't too sure. Maybe I should have made it a little bit smaller, but of course it'll still work. But I'll just place it in little by little, and we'll see where we end up placing everything at. Now, once you're happy with at least some of the items on your tray, go ahead and add your filler. At least this is the way I do it, so I won't add as much, because if I used to add it before I put anything on my trays, and it would just look too fluffy. So this way, at least I know I'm not adding as much. So I'll have still a tray showing, not just all whatever filler you're putting in the bottom. And right here would be a good idea if you wanted to add lights to your trays. Go ahead and add them right now as well. Now, of course, if you'd like your entire tray to have filler on it, then yes, I would recommend you do it before you add anything on your trays. But like I said, I like some of my tray to still show. So this is the way I do it. And another trick is, if you have candles like I do right now, turn them on while you're decorating. At least that way you can see how they're going to look, what the glow's where it's going to be at. Because sometimes the glow makes a big difference from the lights of where you would want to place things. Now we're adding our acorn garland. Our little mini wreath stand. And then these little leaves, just add them wherever you like. You can even add fall leaves if you want to just cut up some fall leaves, or I know there are some individual fall leaves you can purchase at Dollar Tree as well. So here I am adding another pumpkin, and I'm determined to add this wreath stand somewhere. So I think I'm going to put it up here on the top tray. I added my broomstick to my jar. And here I'm adding my velvet pumpkin. And another leaf underneath your pumpkin or what have you want to place it at. Now let's not forget our little witch's hats. And this is something you can just place anywhere. So I'm just placing on top of in front of my candle and one beside my pumpkin. Now the extra little branch sticks that I had left over, I'm actually going to place one in the back to make my candle in the back a little bit taller. Now our little tassel, we're just going to place it behind the pumpkin right there. And remember to do it, add some items to the back or the sides. I know I'm putting mine towards the back, so I just need to add some to the sides. So I'm going to add my owl and my wreath that I made. And there's the other wood chip right there. So there you have it. A 2-tier tray for Halloween. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and it helps somebody out. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.